make good one here, and eventually we will. Like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. Seriously, subscribe. It only takes a moment. You just click a button, and it helps me out tremendously. I greatly appreciate it. It means a lot to me, and it makes you a badass in my eyes. With that said, let's talk about the Pedro Pascal, Grace Randolph rumor, because Pedro Pascal is coming out and saying, that's not actually true. That's fake. That's not real. And shout out to Kenny Ritchie, who commented on my channel with a link to Cosmic Book News. Reminded me of this article that I was going to cover last night. But we're going to talk about the situation of Pedro Pascal debunking the rumors. So, they're coming for you, Grace. They're coming for you. Somebody told you BS and you ran with it. They're secretly out to get you. They wanted to make you look stupid. That's entirely possible. That Grace Randolph's source wanted her to look stupid, told her some BS, and she ran with it. It's entirely possible that Grace Randolph has a source that's out to get her. So Pedro Pascal denies the Mandalorian rumors where Grace Randolph was like, oh, there was behind the scenes drama. He wants to have his helmet off more. He wants to have his face shown more. Now, we've seen over the course of this season, characters pop in, other Mandalorian characters pop in, talk about, oh, you don't have to keep your helmet on. That's just like an extremist rule. You don't have to abide by that. So it's entirely possible there was behind-the-scenes drama. He went over their heads, talked to Kathleen Kennedy, got his way. It's entirely possible because we've seen the narrative slightly shift where if this were true, it's now in his favor. However, it's also entirely possible that none of it was true at all, and Grace Randolph made it up for attention, or it's entirely possible that Grace Randolph has an insider, a source, that's secretly out to get her and make her look like an idiot. So that's entirely possible too. Or, as Grace Randolph points down here, which could just be a case of her doubling down, defending her ego at all costs. Because we've seen this before, right? Her arguing with the Birds of Prey director about dick pics on Twitter. Two grown professional women arguing about dick pics on Twitter. Great look. So, Grace Randolph responded, my report, which I stand by, was in support of Pascal, and he handled this question as a pro. It's a business. People said Whedon was great to work with on Justice League when it came out. When it came out to protect the film. I just hope that Star Wars treats Pascal like the asset he is moving forward. So, all that we really know is Pedro Pascal's not going anywhere. Now, as I stated, it's entirely possible Grace Randolph made this up to get attention for herself. The Mandalorian's most popular thing right now. You want to drum up some controversy, draw attention to yourself. That's entirely possible that you did that just for that. I don't know why you would want to do that, because eventually it'd be outed that you're a liar. But this is how the scooper game works. It's a hit or a miss. Sometimes you're wrong, sometimes you're right, and you've got to own up to that. Don't really see many cases. I have only seen Grace Randolph double down. Now, to be fair, I'm not some regular watcher of her channel or whatever, but I have seen her double down in cases where she's said to be wrong. She doubles down, and she doubles down hard, and she will die on that fucking hill. So, because it's all about the credibility of her reporting, right? That's why she'll die on that hill. Maybe it's egotistical. I don't know. So Pedro Pascal has denied and shot down these rumors about the Mandalorian that offer there are no real problems surrounding the actor have to wear a helmet all the time as Mando. The rumors from YouTuber Grace Randolph have offered that Pedro Pascal walked off the set while filming the Mandalorian Season 2 and that he was difficult to work with. Now, I haven't really seen any evidence of that, but to be fair, it's not like I've gone and done a deep dive into it. I've only commentated on this type of stuff. So Randolph claimed things got so bad that it was supposed to cause a big change halfway through The Mandalorian Season 2, which would shift the focus off Pedro Pascal and Mando onto other characters. That never happened. Randolph now suggests Boba Fett will replace Pedro Pascal and Mando in The Mandalorian Season 3, and that the show might even kill off the character while promoting the release of Wonder Woman 1984. Pedro Pascal fields questions where he is asked that he apparently said he wants his helmet off in the future Mandalorian episodes, and that if that is true, this is what he said. That is not true. Actually, it is a really wonderful. What the hell was that? It is a really wonderful way of telling the story. It's always been a very clear creed for the character. The collaborative process of the whole thing has been. We've all been on the same page with this. What I want is for them to make the best show possible. However, they get that done. Now, I think there was actually a little bit more substance on the Screen Rant article with more detail into that and to what he's saying. But it appears that as long as it doesn't go against the narrative, as long as it's for the narrative, he wants to stick to whatever the narrative is that drives the story forward. He doesn't want to go against it. That's what he says. But she's saying this is just him handling it like a pro, them sweeping the stuff under the rug so no one ever has to know. So what? We'll never know the real unfortunately, we will actually never know the real situation here. Grace Randolph is reacting and behaving as if this stuff was always real. Always real. So did a source lie to her? Did one of her scoopers, one of her insiders, one of her sources, is one of her sources actually out to get her, to undermine her, to discredit her, to shame her, to make her look like a fucking idiot? That's entirely possible. And I don't think that she should just be like, well, my report, which I stand by, is accurate and it's the only truth there is. Because it's possible that he's not just, doing the hide the drama and behave like nothing was ever wrong thing. It's possible nothing was ever wrong and somebody's out to get you, Grace. Somebody's out to fuck you over. So, I bet it could just be the situation where, that he is just pretending like nothing. He is an actor. Don't you forget that. He's an actor. So, he could be like, oh, there's never been any problem with it. Those motherfuckers, all this drama. Now look at you, got me getting asked questions on the spot. You bastards. That, for whatever reason, Pedro... look, it doesn't matter. Pedro Pascal is the Mandalorian. He's going to be the Mandalorian moving forward. Now, granted, like I said, after season ends, all this stuff could come out, and it could show that, they were just holding off on the news because they didn't want to negatively impact the show. But it seems pretty far-fetched now that he's coming out and actually addressing it. It seems pretty far-fetched, so... I don't know what the hell's going on with the Boba Fett thing, that they're filming Boba Fett stuff, but they didn't announce it at Disney Plus Investor Day, along with all the other spin-offs they announced. I don't know what the hell's going on there. No idea, but there is stuff saying that he will probably show up as, that actor will probably show up as Cody in the Obi-Wan series. I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. Let me know your thoughts, your opinions. Do you think Grace Randolph was lied to? Do you think Grace Randolph is the liar? Do you think there was actually real drama behind the set, behind the scenes, and Pedro got his way, and that's why you kind of see some of these things over the course of the season, highlighting the fact that he doesn't have to be such an extremist with keeping the helmet on? Let me know your thoughts and opinions. I'm really curious where the majority of people stand on this one. Big good one here. Eventually we will. Like, subscribe. seriously, subscribe. It only takes a moment, just a moment, and you help me out so much, and I greatly appreciate it. You are a badass. You are so fucking awesome. I'm not patronizing you. I really appreciate it. So, with that said, stay awesome. Rock on.